Heyo, this is Draco, and today we're going to be testing out a build for Wylder. So, first, we get one additional character skill use. That's always very nice. I think Wylder has the best skill in the game. Our starting armament is going to inflict poison, and we'll get an attack up when facing poison-afflicted enemies. Also comes with +3 faith. And finally, we've got Arch Gauge fills moderately upon crits, attack power permanently increased for each Evergaol prisoner defeated, and Lightning Grease in possession at start of expedition. So the idea behind this build is I use the grappling hook for some crazy mobility to get as many Stone Sword keys as I can, and blitz the Evergowls. This makes it so that we don't really need to interact with the fortress in order to become strong. Because for those who don't know, going to the fortress is probably the best way to get some good gear and levels. So I wanted to try to make a build that doesn't rely on that. So let's get right into it. So when you're flying in, the first thing I like to do is one, open the map, but look for any small camps that you can take on. So at level 1, you're effectively not a person. You are useless. The second you hit level 2, you are ready to fight. So right away, you see the value of having 2 character skills. Don't be afraid, especially with Wylder, to just use the skill to kill things quickly. It does pretty crazy damage, especially early on, and has a super low cooldown. So, the second that you get to level 2, the second that you clear your first camp and get to level 2, find a grace, and level up. Shit. The second that you clear your first camp, you should be able to get to level 2. You're going to find a grace, get it, and then look for a nice, easy camp. Usually any of them that don't have a specific marking. Right over here, there's almost always a Stone Sword key in that chest. We're going to grab this katana because it has blood loss. I got really lucky, and this shield that I'm holding came with periodic lint blades. So that makes this super easy. Bam. Yep. Wylder has the best parry in the game, too. Not when I play him, though. So like I said, main goal of this build is we're going to try and get a bunch of Stone Sword keys and blitz Evergowls for attack boosts. Stone Sword keys are mostly found in any location that isn't marked. So like, I don't think I'd get one from here. Or at least I wouldn't get one easily from here. Improved item discovery, we will take that. And at level 3, we can use uncommon, so we're going to swap this out. And there we go. So, let's start here. And after we get everything from here, there's our first Evergaol. Now, why am I trying to do this? Well, I want to make weekly videos that are high effort, like, well-edited content. But that type of content is very hard to get big off of if you're just doing that and hoping that people find it. YouTube really rewards daily uploads. On top of that, I just want to get more confident in my live commentary skills. At the moment, I don't think I'm the worst, but I definitely could stand to be better. And why Elden Ring Nightreign? Well, I used to do challenge runs, this is Wild Result by the way, of Dark Souls 3 back in the day. I never did them as like a recording thing, I just did them because I thought they were fun. But that means that I'm better than most at Souls games. So I hope that, you know, maybe the gameplay is fun to watch and you all learn something fun. Improved magic attack power. We're gonna get rid of that. Also, there should be another stone sword key here. Ah, nope. Bad luck. I don't think you're guaranteed the stone sword key drop. They're just pretty commonly in the big chests in the fortresses. So when you touch that map I just touched, it reveals environmental secrets. The one that is most useful is going to be that usually. That icon marks buried treasure. Well, treasure. It's just a chest sitting in the open usually, but it gives you some crazy strong weapons a lot of the time, like purple rarity weapons. Okay, first Evergal. And it's a Dragonkin soldier. That's tough. So these guys are actually pretty easy. If you hug this left leg and don't run yourself out of stamina like I just did. Okay. There we go. Like I said, I love Wylder's weapon art, except for when I shoot it into the sky. Critical hits restore art. Critical... Please? Okay, well, critical hits would restore art, if I could do them. Bam. But anyway, if you just hug this back left leg, and he doesn't merge himself into a wall, it's pretty hard for him to kill you. Ooh. That was Wylder's passive that just activated. I would have died to that. One more. There we go. So, yep. Summons a deluge cloud. Gain 20,000 rings. Thank you. That's our first attack boost, because that is our first Evergal defeated. Yeah, a lot of the time, the best thing to do is go to the fortress. I'm trying to avoid doing that. Not because it'd be a bad idea, but because I feel like a lot of people that are trying to win every run are doing it in a very samey way. I'll probably go there in my next video, but yeah, for this one, the goal, go through the map quickly, using my double grapple, and try to get as many Evergals as I can, and preferably actually make it all the way up if I jump. Thank you. Cool. So, let's get that treasure, just so y'all can see it, and maybe I get something good, and then go grab an additional flask charge at this church, and I think our run is in a good spot. So, how have you all been enjoying Nightreign? I know a lot of people have been saying that it's too hard, but personally, I really love it. Once I got the game to actually run, that is. I had so many performance issues with this game. Like, so many. Is the chest here? This isn't a performance issue, this is a skill issue at the moment. Cannot find the chest. But once I got the performance issues mostly taken care of. It still crashes sometimes, it's a FromSoft. It is a FromSoft PC port at the end of the day. But it's playable now, as you can see. And that is what matters. Yeah, how have you guys felt about it, if you have the game? Is it too hard feeling? Or do you just love it? I know especially solos can be a little bit rough. But... okay, where the hell is this chest? But I think it's great in that it just lets me fight bosses that I really like to fight. There it is. So this is the hidden treasure chest. It just lets me fight bosses that I really want to fight. Really like to fight. And there's no crazy, problem. How do I even phrase it? There's no, like, downtime where I'm not able to fight stuff. Because that's my biggest problem when I replay the games, is a lot of the time I have one particular fight that I want to do, and in order to get to it, I've got to play through X amount of the game, and it's really grating sometimes. Like, just for instance, if King Morgott is your favorite fight in the game, you have to beat most of Elden Ring to get to him, which is extremely annoying, especially on multiple playthroughs. Bam. You guys are wild, but I'm wilder. I'm gonna die, by the way. Ooh. I would have died there. Ugh, fuck's sake. I need to stop cursing. No. Okay, cool. I usually don't bother with the Banished Knights because they're just too slow to kill to be worth it. But in this case, I think clearing this camp is going to help my run a lot. Also, I didn't get a Stone Sword key from the second location, which is really rough. Because without that, my build kind of falls apart. You can roll for runes that give you a better chance at getting a Stone Sword key, or that give you a Stone Sword key on start. I just haven't gotten lucky with them. Okay. Ow. Bam. Ooh, I got really lucky with this location, though. Okay. I need the grace before I commit to anything. So I might not have time to get anything. And that really sucks. Boom. Right. Good news is the Flamberg has bleed. Examine. Ooh. Okay. I actually want this bow because it gives me a ranged option. So there's no, like, only these characters can use these weapons. Instead, if you're using a weapon compatible with your character, you get a better moveset, or they say it's better, but it's kind of hit or miss, to be honest. Like, I really love playing Duchess. She's probably my favorite character. Her dagger moveset is sometimes infuriating. It just doesn't work as well as the normal one for no particular reason. I could improve my crits more. Yeah, why not? If I could get out, that'd be cool. Nice. So as the circle closes, you run to this little tree, and here you fight a boss. I'm going to be having a kind of rough fight because I'm level 8, which is really good, but I don't have any, flasks, so these 3 healing, that's all I get. Oh, which is bad when I'm whiffing. Nice. I think the many periodic link blades are one of the best things you can get. Again, never be afraid to use your grab as Wylder. It's a really low cooldown, even with nothing boosting my cooldown reduction. Isolates enemies, it's just probably the best base skill in the game. His or Iron Eyes, I would say. Because the others can be a little situational, and we're not going to count Revenant because she is her own thing. Oof. Holy! Alright, I just died. Ow. Stop it. One problem with this game is it's a little hard to tell what's going on sometimes. Increased enemy damage after critical hits while boss in vicinity increases attack power. Probably that one. Alright. Level 9. One really important tip that I could give you is never wait around in this game. Especially, like, for the storm to clear. Get your item, get your level, get going. Oh, it's a Revenant. This is actually maybe a bad idea. These are one of the hardest things in the game. But it's a little bit okay. Oops. Wrong button. It's a little bit okay because I'm overleveled and I've got a heavy weapon. 1, 2. You could do a third one. One, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of... So I'm trying to get stagger. If I can get the stagger, I kill him. If I can't, I'm in a bad spot. I'm dead. Ugh. Jesus Christ, dude. Stagger. Woo, I knew it. Okay. Honestly, that's completely fine. Reason being, when you die, your souls, you lose a level, yes, but your souls actually go into nearby enemies. They're not gone. So, like, it sucks that I died, but I'm not actually going to lose anything, and you'll see what I mean. Now, so notice how I'm picking up 50,000 souls here? Yeah, that's because I basically picked back up the level that I lost. Okay, well, I got nothing for doing that, but it's fine. It is what it is. Here is a much easier enemy. I say, and then get sauced. Bam. Bam. Ooh. Those were 2 mini-bosses back-to-back. Not the big mini-bosses, but just 2 mini-bosses. Knight's Fire, Bloodhound's Fang. Good. But improved stance breaking, yeah. 100%. Again, goal is to get a item for a Stone Sword key, go into the Evergal. So I'm going to check here. Same deal. Usually there's a big chest with a stone sword key in it in these places. I've also, again, forgotten to level up. That's a problem. Now, is this build coming together? Not really. Not in the way I'd hope, at least. But it's not working. So, small victories. Bam. These barrels here explode, so if you clip them with your ult, that happens. Improved card breaking? I got nothing for that. But a stone sword key. So at least my build's alive, even if my run isn't. My goal is a Severgal. I could get really unlucky. There's some bosses that can spawn from these that could be a big problem. But for the most part, should be okay. Okay, yep, these are fine. Stance broken. Crit, bleed, oh, and that's gonna give me a buff. Hell yeah. Holy, stop killing me, please. One, two. Bam. Crit. Just regain a little bit. Pull myself in. Shoot that at him. I don't really need FP as Wylder, so we're going to take the runes, get another level. And remember, that also gives me a buff. Now, circle's closing. I might have time, though, if I stop locking onto these random squids. Okay. I might have time to fight a boss here. Yeah. Wylder gets around the map so quickly. You just have to be careful of this thing's scream. That is the main way it's going to kill you. I've improved stance breaking, so my hope is I get the stance break here. And using that stance break, ooh, and I get a, that's massive. I also bled it. I can then use my ult, which also is a stance break, and it's dead. Yeah, dude, Wylder is insane. So, that's another great enemy down. We're gonna just boost HP restoration, and can't grab another level, so. What we can grab is finally, we can upgrade our flask amount from 3. I would recommend, if you want one tip and you're really struggling with runs, just kill more enemies. You will get so much more out of killing more enemies and getting more levels than almost anything else. So, like, even if you don't get a great spawn, even if you're unlucky like I am and you only get 1 stone sword key so you can't use your build, you can still make a point to just smack guys like that. And look, that just gave me, what, another 4,000? One thing about this game is, oh my god, as you play more, spawns are consistent. So, like, this beetle is always up there. So it's worth kind of memorizing things. I don't want to do the fortress because I said we'd avoid it, so we're going to go this way. Like I said, this build is based around getting stone sword keys, doing Evergals. So if we could get 1 from here and then do this, I'd call it a win, because that'd be 3. Oh, but there's a boss right there. I love fighting those. It's gonna be slow. At level 11, you're more than a match for any overworld boss. Assuming that you just don't get slaughtered because you don't have good gear. Oosh. When a enemy does an attack that flashes blue like that one, you get a really big bonus to your ultimate by dodging it. So watch. Flash blue, dodge. Gave me like what? 15% ult charge? There we go. That's the improved stance breaking at work. Get the crit. Bam. Pull myself in. So I know he's going to phase change. What I want to do is I want to wait on using my ult until he starts that, because your ultimate in this game for every character has iframes. So, bam! See that? Sick. Yeah, I think that if you liked base Elden Ring enough that you did like any challenge runs, this game feels amazing. I can see though how this is hard if you maybe just relied on out-leveling stuff to clear Elden Ring, or Phantoms, because this game's very much balanced around 3 people, and you feel that. Oof. HP spiral. I just don't really have the inventory space for anything else. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna have time for the Evergal, by the way. It's gonna be cutting it really close. I definitely don't have time if I can't find my way into this fortress. Guardian Golem. These always have the same entrance, but if you're lucky, sometimes you can find a nearby jump spring and do it. Now, I don't know if I can call this my build coming together. Sake. Where's the... Ooh, I'm not gonna have time. Well, stone sword keys in this layout are always here. Well, not always, because you can just have bad luck and one won't spawn. But normally, if one is going to spawn, they're here. Now, I unfortunately don't have time to do the Evergal that I'm next to. So we're going to just take out this Guardian Golem to get a little bit more runes. We'll go from there. Bam. Perfect. Knight's Greatsword, 174. Kind of want a holy weapon. Oh. That tree spear might be a really good pickup. Alright, and now we gotta go. Hey. But one cool thing to note, just because you're in the circle doesn't mean running through a grace doesn't heal you, which is a really good way to kind of cheat extra time in the storm. That and just healing. Okay. It's a shame we're not going to get to use the stone sword key, but oh well. Doing 2 of them is pretty good. Watchdog's Greatsword. This successive attacks to negate damage is probably one of the strongest effects you can get. Oh, my fortress would have been trolls anyway. I'm kind of glad I didn't do it. Basically, if I hit a thing a bunch of times, or if I attack a bunch, that's why I hate trolls! Something in the yeah. The things in the fortress are throwing that at me. I just hope they can't do it when I'm trying to fight. Fuck. Well, this just got really annoying. What is this, man? Ow. Stop it. It stinks that I've got to use my healing here, because I'm down to 1 heal, but it is what it is. Bam. We're going to use our greatsword in order to cheat a stagger, because we've got improved stance break. And then as long as this isn't something crazy, yeah, it's just a market. We could take a market. Ow. Dagger? Fuck. So now he becomes Virgil. These Bloodblade slashes. If I stagger him, I think I'd kill him. So it'd be really cool if I could get one of those. Stagger. Oh, fuck you. Okay, this is getting a little hard. I'm gonna do my best to not curse during these as well. That's one problem with live commentary. Not that I'm like somebody who curses a ton, but I do. Whew. With this, we actually kill him, by the way. Stand up. Sit back down. Oh. And there we go. Well, I have 25% increased guard breaking, which is insane. But will it be enough to beat the boss? I don't really know. I actually did a run of this earlier, and I forgot to explain why I was doing it and what this series was going to be. So I had to redo it. But I can promise I'm not only going to be uploading 1 runs. So, like, I don't know if I'm going to win or not. Anyway, once you've beaten 2 nights, the 3rd night is in this little tree. So, you appear here, and this is kind of a little rest area. You could level up, you get 1 more chance to buy things, and then you're off. So I'm gonna, because this is the very first run, I'm gonna let you guys kind of enjoy this and be a little slower. Yeah. So where exactly are we? I don't know. My best guess, and keep in mind that I've not read all the lore, is there is confirmed multiple realities in this game. Kind of like the Marvel multiverse thing, where you can even fight other versions of you that try to attack your world. Don't worry, it's not player PvP. And that makes me think that this place is kind of like a convergence of it, like somewhere outside of time. similar to what the round table hold seems to be. Yeah. So at the end of your 2 nights, you make it to here, and you fight a boss. It's one-time damage negation. Oh, well, there's my one-time damage negation. Whoosh. Whoa, good block. Whoa. That was my passive activating, I'm pretty sure. This boss is weak to Holy, which is why I'm using the spear. But I think maybe, honestly, I should be going for a guard break. Ow. Oh, that's not good. Ow. Ooh. So when they split, that effect happens whenever you hit them with Holy. I don't know why. It just does. And it feels very satisfying and like it's the right thing to do, so I normally try to hit them with Holy. Okay. So in single player, you get a one-time res. And then they recombine. Jesus. Ooh. This boss in particular is very hard. You have to roll that or you die. I literally run almost ended there. I just can't get around him, dude. Alright, lock in. Oh, this is terrible. Worst possible thing he could have done. I didn't even get... Okay, well... Womp womp. If I wanted to guarantee that, I would have just waited. Have the ultimate back. Art activation, spread fire. The Totem Stella is the Raider's ultimate ability. Yeah. Oh, well, you don't win them all. So yeah, I'll be doing a different build next time, and we'll probably take on the fortress. I'm gonna keep doing this just as a way of practicing my live commentary, and hopefully these get better over time. This is my first attempt at this type of video, so I'm sorry for any slip-ups or whatever here. And yeah, I'll have a new build, and I'll be probably going in order at first. Oh, not there. I'll be probably going in order first with the characters, so the next one will be the Guardian. And I think once I've done all 8 of these characters on this first boss, that's when I'll start branching out a little bit more too. Yeah, so, till next time, see ya.